Okay. All right. Here we go.
Okay, let him in.
View. Admit all. Here they come.
Hello, 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 hello. Hi, Kathy.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, for those of you that came in and it says your name is Rhonda Sher, you're not. So let me show you how to change it, okay? You probably just came in using the link. So what I'd like you to do is go to the very top of your little box, and there's 3 dots. And if you click those 3 dots, it'll tell you can change your name. You guys also, Anthony, great job. You don't look like me. Much more handsome. Um, and I see this beautiful woman in the left-hand corner, but I don't know your name. I think you're still me. I want to look as young as you. So can you change your name? Go to the right-hand corner, and then you'll see right on the bottom, it says rename yourself. There you are, Yasmin. See, you look so much better than I do. Okay. For those of you that are coming in that have my name, I'm so glad you want to be me. If you knew me, you might not want to be, but change your name, please. Okay. Top right-hand corner, there's a little box, 3 little dots. Just click up and change your name. Okay. I can't, I don't.
Why does it do that?
Because
know?
because you're using the Zoom link that I gave you as opposed to the one that you registered with.
Oh, gotcha.
Thank you, James. Okay, I see one more beautiful face. You need to change your name, and if your name shows up, it says not Rhonda, rename yourself, okay? Please, so I know who you are. Okay.
Wally there, Wally, or is he Rhonda?
Hey, see, Wally knows he's Wally,
Oh,
right?
okay,
He's
that's
not
good.
having, Wally's not having an identity crisis, okay? We're cool.
Good.
Good job. Good job. Okay. So in the top right-hand corner, it says there's a little drop-down menu. Click rename. Vicky's coming in as me too. Okay. Please change your name. Okay. Okay. Hey, Vicky. Nice to see you, beautiful
I'm Rhonda
lady.
today.
No, you got to change your name. Please change your name. Chuck, you got to change your name. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Chuck, you don't look like me. I'm never going to grow a beard, okay? It's not going to happen. So, top right-hand corner, there's a little drop-down menu. There's a little thing there, change your name. Y'all should know how to do this anyway, because this is something that happens in a lot of Zoom rooms. So, you want to make sure you change your name so I know you're Chuck and you're Vicky. And see, Mario just did his. Good job. Okay, there's one more person on my screen that's right near Vicky who still thinks their name. There's a couple more people. Okay. So I want to know who you are. Okay. People keep coming in with my name, and I won't know who you are, and I can't help you if I don't know who you are. Okay. I don't know why that's happening. It didn't happen that way last time. I think it's because of the way the link was.
A bunch of them.
Okay.
I'm not finding where to change it.
Okay, go in the top right-hand corner. There's a little box, right?
Yep. Yep.
And if you click on the 3 dots, one says mute, and then the next one are 3 dots. Click on the 3 dots and go all the way down to the bottom, or go to the second one. See, it says make host, make co-host, rename. Click rename yourself. It may be different on yours, but click rename and then put your name. I think that's Howard in the turquoise, right? Is that right? Is that you, Howard?
Oh, no, that's Michael.
Michael Stern. Michael, you're not Rhonda. So go rename.
Yeah, I know I'm not Rhonda, but in the email that you sent where it said, click the link below.
Oh, so I gave you my link. That's my bad. Okay. You guys should have all saved your own. That won't happen for
But that
next
was like
time.
to remember how to get on the call, click the link below. So.
Oh, so I gave you mine. Okay. I was trying to make it easy for you, but now you all look like I've become quadruplets. So please change your name to your own.
We're all duplicating you.
Oh, God help us. Okay. Please change your name. Okay. Just go to the top right-hand corner, go to the 3 dots, and see where it says rename, rename yourself, okay? Very important that you do that because otherwise I won't know who you
How come-
are. And when
how come
you're
I'm not
watching the
seeing that?
replay,
That's
It's
not there on mine either, Michael.
Yeah,
Try-
mine either.
If you're having a hard time finding it, I can
see it on the picture though, but
I can change your name. I can rename you if you tell me.
Oh, no, it doesn't allow us to change it ourselves.
It should.
what happened? Did you just share screen?
Yeah. Somebody just hit share screen.
Okay, we need to stop that. They shouldn't be allowed to share screen for starters. So who shared screen?
Jasmine, I
can't
think. It said,
Okay, stop the share screen, Jasmine. I think that was you. Please stop. You're not allowed to share screen unless I invite you to do that. Okay.
Or actually, Yasmin clicked on the whiteboard. That's
Oh, Yasmin, you need to stop that. Yeah, I should have not enabled any of that. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
but we're not
Okay.
we're not seeing the participant list. That's usually where you can change your name.
Okay. So
Michael. What's
please put
Michael?
on
What?
your cameras and then tell Bob who you are so
Yeah,
that we can change
Michael.
you.
What's your last name?
Stern.
Michael Stern. CHAELSTERN, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Okay.
who's the handsome gentleman that's wearing the blue purple-ish hoodie? Unmute. You're muted. We can't hear him.
Yeah, I
That's
can't hear
weird.
you. Sorry. Now we can hear you.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, actually, I'm sorry, I could have changed it myself. I just saw that it does, you can bring up the participants list.
Okay, so the guy in the blue hoodie, what's your name?
My name is Chris, Chris.
Chris?
Yep.
And your last name, Chris?
Evers, Evers.
I couldn't get that.
Ebers.
B-E.
B like boy, ERS.
I'm on.
Hey,
Easy.
Ray, could you change your name to Ray? You don't,
Sure.
because I don't
just
I
see
don't think
that.
my husband wants to be married to you.
No.
No offense.
No, I just get that. Thank you.
Why
Yeah.
not? It depends on what he looks like.
And there's not a competition.
Yeah.
Okay, and the reason that all of you are showing up with my name is because you used my quick link and I gave you my link. So that was my bad. Okay, that was me. I did that. No problem. Easy fix. Okay, and when you watch the replay, you won't have to watch all this stuff. We'll edit it out.
Yep.
Okay. If you want to put your camera on, that's awesome. We're going to do a review, at least for starters. I'm going to wait just another minute or two for anybody that hasn't changed their name. But I want to I'm going to go pretty slow today because I really want you guys to get it. And I'm so proud of you for showing up. You're awesome rock stars. You are awesome, awesome rock stars. Okay. First thing I'd like you to do is if you need an accountability buddy, you don't have one yet, okay? I want you to put in the chat your name, okay? You're not Rhonda Sher, even if your Zoom thing says you are. Put your first name, your last name, and say, I need a partner, okay? This is not for marriage. This is just for this class because nobody will be able to spell accountability. I need a partner. Perfect. See, Steve from Kathy, you did that. Awesome job. Chris, you did that. Awesome job, right? Okay. Let me tell you, we're going to imagine for a moment that we're starting right now. Okay. So first things first, put me on speaker. Do you guys all know how to do that? The little view thing so you can see me, not all your beautiful faces, right? Okay. Put me on speaker and I'm going to start. And I'm going to go pretty slow today because I want you guys to all get this. And I also want to answer all your questions. So welcome to class 2. And just so you know, please make notice, there will be no class next Wednesday. I will be on a beach in Mexico. So you guys have an entire additional week to get your profiles done and work on what I'm going to teach you today. Got it? Okay. I'm also going to resend out the link to register for the Zoom, even though you already have it. So next time when we come back 2 weeks from today,
Mhm.
you all won't be having the name Rhonda Sher underneath you. Is that cool? Okay. All right. Bob is handling the Zoom room. So if you have questions or anything related to technology or any of that stuff related to all of this, you can put Bob, you could put a message in the chat, or Bob, you can put your cell phone number in the chat and we're good. All right, I'm just going to share really quickly a what we're going to do today, because I think that that would just to give you an overview of what we're going to cover. Okay.
Who's this?
Can everybody see my screen? It says class 2. This is not exactly like fancy, sophisticated, but it says class 2. You can all see that, correct? All right.
Mhm.
All right. We're going to talk about what we did last week. We're going to talk about the upgrading of your profile, because we didn't cover every section, as you may remember. So we're going to go through that. Second, we're going to talk about accountability partners. If you really want to succeed, and I want you to succeed, and I know that Chuck and Ray and everybody else wants you to succeed, you need an accountability partner. Think about when you join a gym and you have a partner, or you say, I'm going to do an exercise program, and you have somebody that says, okay, 9 o'clock, be there. You typically don't cancel because somebody else is counting on you to get it done. Having an accountability partner will absolutely accelerate your success. That's why I created the Facebook group. So if you need a partner, okay, put I need a partner in the chat. All right. I'm also going to have the list, and I'll let Bob talk about the list in a minute, because I want y'all to have the list. So I don't want to violate anybody's privacy. I have all of your names, your emails, your phone numbers, all of that. However, some of you may not want to share that with each other, and that's not for me to do, which is why I'm making this an opt-in as opposed to an opt-out, if that makes sense. Now, I think what I'll do is, if you guys are okay with this, if you do not want to be on the list, do not put in the chat, I don't want to be in the list. Put your name, no problem, no judgment. And that way I'll put everybody on the list. Let me put a 1 in the chat if you think that's a good idea. Okay. Because I really want to know if that's okay with you guys. All right. Because I know people want this, and not everybody has sent it to me, but I'll do it for you. And if you don't want to be on the list, just say, I don't want to be on the list, and you will not. Okay. The next thing is, again, if you're coming in and you're using my link and underneath your name, it says Rhonda Sher, you're not Rhonda Sher. Just go up to the top right-hand corner, see the little 3 dots, click rename, and put your name. That way I know who you are and everybody else does. Okay, we're going to talk about building connections on LinkedIn. All of you are at a different place. Some of you have tons and hundreds and even thousands of connections, and some of you are in the single digits. Doesn't matter where you are, you still need to build connections. So we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about one of the easiest things that you can do, because I want to make it easy for you. So I'm going to show you how to send somebody a birthday message, an anniversary message, or congratulations on their new job. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about posting. We're going to do a lot more with posting starting when I come back from vacation in 2 weeks. And then I did send you all an email with a link to the tool Evie. Evie is free, and there's a paid version. There's the link. Take a picture of that if you don't already have it, okay? I will tell you that if you use Evie, your productivity will increase by about almost 100%. I mean, and you'll save 2 or 3 hours a day. You can do it without it, but I don't recommend it. And finally, if you haven't joined the Facebook group yet, get in the Facebook group. That is so, so important. Okay. So first thing I want to do is I want to just ask, does anybody have any questions from last week? Raise your virtual hand. I'll call on you and we'll answer your question. Make sure your questions are related to what I covered last week. You guys have done an awesome job. I mean, I've seen the profiles of what you guys have done, and you've done an amazing job. So are there any questions? Okay, Wally, unmute and ask your question, and then we'll get to Joe.
It's not a question. I have a phlebotomist coming to my house sometime in the next hour. I'm going to mute you for a few minutes unless you want to watch somebody draw blood out of my arm.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, thank you for sharing. No, well, you can, but we're good. Okay. Joe, question, comment, anything?
Yep, question. So some of us haven't done our banners as we're trying to figure out the best way to do it because we wear multiple hats. I've got a 25-year leasing business, and that is part of my LinkedIn identity, and I don't plan to turn everything into a wellness business. I know there's others who are insurance brokers that this isn't all they do. And there's also
Yep.
probably people who maybe have jobs and they're like, you know, I got a responsibility to, you know, the employer that I work for. So how do you have any suggestions on how we kind of meld all that together?
I do, and I'm glad you asked that question because I'm guessing there's a lot of people that are in this room that have that question. So what I recommend, now there's another alternative to using PowerPoint. Okay, you can use Canva. It's canva.com. What I would recommend you do is get something that's kind of generic. Okay, for example, Joe, what city do you live in?
I'm in Garden Grove, California.
Okay, so you're in California. You could actually do a very generic banner that is, Bob, do you want to just bring up Canva and show Joe and everybody in the class how they could actually do something really simple? Because what you could do, Joe, is you could pick a background of your city, or you could even do something that's related to your personality if you wanted, you know, like it doesn't really matter, or something with buildings and an office, and put your name and then put whatever title you want, okay? Or if you have a tagline, right? Making business better for you. Whatever that happens to be, that would cover everything that you do, right? Do you have a tagline? I'm just curious.
I do, but we're in the process of revamping it as we're adding in some of these new products.
Okay.
So let me open up Canva here real quick, if I may. And this may be helpful for everyone.
And while
If-
Bob's doing that, a second related question, Rhonda, is as I'm updating some of the stuff on my profile. So like for my education, I'm not
Yep.
sure how to remove dates because I put dates in the beginning and you can change dates, but there's nothing that lets you wipe it out. Do I have to like delete
I'll
all
show
the
you.
education? Yeah, okay.
No,
thanks.
no. And I'm glad you asked that question as well. So, and let me tell you the reason that you don't want to have dates. Some of you may not want to have dates in education, because if I know what year you graduated, Joe, I know how old you are. And guess what? You're either going to be too old or too young. So I will show you how to do that. Okay, I'm going to let Bob show you how to use Canva real quick, because a lot of you are probably in the same boat where, you know, you may not want to make 100% of your banner all about ihub. So you can do it somewhat generically. Okay, take over.
Okay, so I just went into Canva and I'm typing in LinkedIn banner. You can see that what comes up is a bunch of different banner templates. And it's actually showing some of the templates I've created, but let me do this. LinkedIn banner. Here we go. So they have a bunch of different templates that you can use. In Canva, there's a free version and a paid version. I use the paid version. So if you see this little crown here, or where it says Pro, that's the paid version. But you come into something like this, which is a free version, and you can very easily customize it. So what I would do if I was looking at creating your banner would be, if you've got a number of different lines of business, I would plop in the various logos. You know, and if your business is under one particular umbrella, I would put that in. So I could come in here, click on this. I can change that to, obviously change to anybody.
Can I interrupt for a second and add
Yeah.
something? You can do what Bob's suggesting with the logos, okay? But let me also make a suggestion, all right? Part of what your banner does is it quote unquote grabs attention. And what you're offering with Joe, with both your current business and with ihub, you're meant to really just create curiosity. You want somebody to know more. So you could just put, a couple of pictures of people that are in an office, and that's good enough. Again, I've seen some that are really funny, and you know what? They actually catch my attention, like they don't have any So my recommendation is, if you don't want to use the ones that we've given you, fine, no problem. Just go to Canva. You can see how easy it is for Bob to manipulate it, right? And then all you're going to do, I know this question came up for many of you. If you're using PowerPoint, once you've modified that banner, you're going to save it as a JPEG, okay, as a photo, and then you're going to upload it. You can't upload a PowerPoint, but with Canva, you can save it, and it saves in the correct format. Is that correct?
That is correct. So you just go to share, you go to download, and you tell it to save it as a JPEG. You can also save it as PNG, but download, click download, and it goes into wherever your downloads go, and that's what you upload into LinkedIn. So if you're at all comfortable with graphics, Canva is a very, very, very easy program to use.
What we can do, okay, you can stop sharing. How many of you would like a short little tutorial on how to do this? I can have Bob create one for you. Would that be helpful? Joe, would that be helpful for you? Okay, so what I'll do is I will have my amazing husband create a tutorial on Canva on how to do this, and then you'll all have that. So Joe, did that answer your question? And I'm sure a lot of you have the same question. Yes?
Yep, absolutely. Thank you so very much.
Okay, perfect. So Stephen Roberts, I see you have your virtual hand up. You want to ask your question?
Yes, I'd like to know how to edit or add the interest section.
So that's the about section you're talking about, right?
I've got a couple things there. I don't know how it got there, and they're fine. But I don't see a little edit pencil, and wondering how.
Okay, great. So when I show how to edit the years on your education, I'll show you how to edit. And I'm going to use my profile as the example. Would that be helpful? Stephen?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Okay. Anything else that I can do before I jump over to Anthony?
Not right now. Thank you.
Great. Anthony, question.
Hey, yeah, so I was trying to upload the URL on my website where the LinkedIn one is. And I'm assuming that I'm supposed to take the Oasis Wellness landing page, right? That's the one that should be added into that section, correct? Instead of the
section
LinkedIn.
are you talking about? Are you talking about for the website and the contact information, or?
Correct.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm glad you asked that question.
Where it's and it says public profile and URL.
Okay, all right, I'm going to share my screen for a second, and I'm going to just kind of go to where I want to show you. Okay, so hang on here. We're still in class 2, so we don't want to do that.
Because I tried copying and pasting it in there, and it wouldn't accept it.
Yeah, no, I got that. Okay. Can you guys all see my profile?
Yes.
Anthony, you can see
Yes.
it. Okay, cool. All right. First thing I want to do is I want to show you education. All right. This is important. So I'm going to scroll down on mine. Excuse me. And you're going to see education, University of Massachusetts at Amherst, right? And notice what you do not see, a date. You don't know what year I graduated. So I'm going to click the little pencil. And if I click the pencil for UMass Amherst, which is where it is, you'll see where it says year. Okay. See where it says start date year? Well, I could put the year that I graduated, but instead you just go up to the top and you click year for both, click save, and all of a sudden now you will never know what year I graduated. How cool is that? Now, let me tell you something so you know. Sometimes LinkedIn gets a little funky and they don't let you do that. So if that happens to you, you're not doing anything wrong. Just wait a day, wait a couple hours, go back. Sometimes they switch it so that you can't do that, but it always comes back, at least in my experience. So is that helpful? Again, go to the pencil, okay, when you're putting in education. And remember, even if you didn't graduate, it doesn't matter. And then where it says year, so if I were to put, you know, let's just say 2000, I'll take a few years off my age, or 2010, it would say 2010. See that? It says 2010, but I didn't graduate in 2010. I'm going to put year and I'm going to click save. Okay. Is that helpful for everybody? Cool. All right. Now let's go back to your other question while we're in my profile. Okay. So let's go to the contact info. So I want to show you this again, because I know some of you have questions. Here's the contact info. What I want you to see is that you have, here's my personal URL, right? LinkedIn.com/IN/Rhonda Sher. Notice over here, that's where I changed it, public profile and URL. Then I have my email, I have my Google phone number. By the way, please do not put your personal cell unless you're comfortable sharing your personal cell. But under website, you can add as many websites as you want, okay? Again, you're gonna click the little pencil and that's where you're gonna make all, so you can add, you can add another website, right? So there you go, you see all of that. So that's depending upon, like with Joe, for example, Joe, you have a couple of different businesses. So you may want to put a couple of your different businesses in there. Does that make sense? Joe, are you with me?
Yes, yes, it does. Sorry, I was unmuting.
Oh, okay, perfect. So for the about section, this is what we were talking about. Remember I said, this is really important. The first 2 or 3 lines are the most important. So mine says, many people ask, can you really make money using LinkedIn? The answer is yes. I married the same man twice and used LinkedIn to retire him from his corporate job. If you're ready to take LinkedIn to the next level and stop leaving money on the table, let's talk. So what you want to do is you're going to click the pencil and then you're going to put that in. So let's go look at the beautiful Vicky. Okay, so we used Kathy and Vicky as examples. So here's Vicky. This is her profile. This is how it looks when I'm looking at it. So what you are all going to do is you're going to go to right here and just cut and paste. So you're going to take this. By the way, your background is not Vicky, so you're going to change that. And if you're somebody like Joe or many of the others in this group that do several things, you're not going to exactly cut and paste this. You're going to make it a little different. Does that make sense? So you would just hit copy, put it in a Word document, write it, make it yours, and then paste it. Notice what Vicky did in hers is she used the link, right, on her profile, which is the one Speak to an Expert. But again, you may want to really change this so it looks like you do many different things. Okay, so let me just check in with everybody. Is this making sense? Thumbs up? Yeah. Is this helpful? Okay. Bo, you have a question.
Quick question. Verify now. It seems like it'd be important if you do that. We talked about this before, but we didn't get if there was a workaround. My driver's license has my whole name on it, and I go by Bo, which is a nickname. And it would be weird if it was vice versa on this. So is there any workaround?
The only workaround that I know, and I know a lot of people have had this problem, is what's your real first name?
Bailey.
Bailey. Okay, what you could do is put your real name on there, and then as a middle name, put Bo. You know, like in quotate, you know, in curse, what do they call it? Not quotations, parentheses. Right, and I think you'll be able to verify. Okay, verifying really helps you because it basically says LinkedIn is making sure you're a real person. Okay.
Right.
And I see, Joe, it says it wouldn't take your driver's license. It tried to double check. Send a support ticket to LinkedIn. Okay. And ask LinkedIn. A lot of people have this problem. It's not just you, it's coming up a lot. So I would just do a support ticket to LinkedIn and that would help. Okay. I can't see, do you have any other questions, Bo, before I jump over?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay. I see another hand, but you haven't changed your name to it says Rhonda Sher on my screen, but I don't know who it is. So you could just unmute. I can't see your picture either. Don't know who that is. So if you have a question, you could just jump in with it. No? Okay. All right. I want to go back to LinkedIn for a second.
Wait,
Is every-
hold on. I think Sandy Lewis had a question, but can't raise her hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't raise
and
mine either.
Mario does. Oh, okay. So just jump in. Let's do
Okay,
Sandy
Rhonda,
first.
hi, this is Sandy. In my LinkedIn profile, under the section that says about, and when you go down to my background, I have a blurb in there, but I wanted to move that up higher. I thought it was important what I was saying, and I wanted to move it up further, and yet there's no room for me to move it. Like I've already got
your
all
profile.
my characters.
Okay. Yeah, so one of the things that you're going to find is you're going to run into a character limit. Okay, there is
Yes.
a character limit. So here's Sandy, and you'll see that there is going to be 2,600. You're going to hit the limit, and then it doesn't let you.
Yes.
So this is one of the things that's really important for everybody to know. Every space is considered a character, and so I use the ampersand a lot. So what you may want to do is just take some of this stuff out. Okay. You can take some out and then put in what you want. You can't add any more. You can only work with what they've given you.
Okay. Can I take the section that says my background and move that title up as well when I find a place?
Yeah, you can move anything you want around in here. This is just a sample. Okay.
Okay.
So you could cut and paste this, right? Like here, you could just hit cut. I'm not in your profile, but you could just hit cut. And then you could move that. I like to put my background somewhere around like the middle or a little bit closer to the end, because people don't really care about that until they know why they should be talking to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think my background, what I wrote, speaks directly to the beginning of the profile. So that's kind of why I wanted just to move it up.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Okay.
You absolutely could do that. Great question. A lot of you probably have that same
Thank you.
question.
And all the
Rhonda?
dates, I'm so sorry, all the dates that ask for years apply the same as you just showed us for education?
No,
Yeah, okay.
no, that hack only works for education. So if you are somebody like me who had a job in 1980, which was kind of like my first job, right? You know, out of college, who cares that I was a paralegal in 1980? Nobody, right? Doesn't have any relevance to this. So I just don't put it on there. You guys already have a job. You're working with an amazing company. You don't need to list everything. Okay.
Okay, thank
Go
you.
back as far as you're comfortable. All right. Mario, you have a question.
Yeah, I wasn't able to join the face group because when I tried, I got that error message saying unable to join. An error occurred while trying to join the group.
Okay, let's talk offline and I'll make sure you get in the Facebook group. Okay, that's an easy fix. Okay.
Sounds good.
I love the easy ones. We'll definitely take care of that for you. No problem. Reggie, you have a question.
I think Stu had a question.
Oh, Stu.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. Hi, Rhonda. I noticed I have a LinkedIn account, but when I went there, I couldn't find the pencil to edit anything. Why was that? That's
okay.
that's
So let me show
kind of
you.
strange.
No, well, it may be. Okay, so let me go to mine so you can all see, and I'll show you how to find the pencil. Because if you can't find the pencil, you can't do this. So I'm glad you said
That's
that.
right.
'Cause- Okay, so first thing you do is go to the little picture of you on the top. Everybody see that? There's a little picture of you. You all have one, okay? You click view profile. When you click view profile, Stu, what happens is the little pencils show up. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Sorry for the dumb question.
It's not dumb. It's not dumb. That's how you do
I
it. So if you
also-
were going to change your banner, that's how you would do it. You'd click the little
Okay,
pencil.
just go to the little profile picture
Yep.
up on the right-hand side and click that.
Yep, you bet.
Okay. I also could not find the hand to raise it. Where
Oh,
is that?
that's okay. So, okay. So that is on Zoom. It actually has, I think that it says virtual. Bob, do you know where it is on
Yeah,
here?
it's a little smiley face at the bottom that says reactions. And if you click on reactions, then one of them is to raise hand.
That's at the bottom. Now, is that at the bottom of the Zoom?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Bottom of the Zoom. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Kathy, who has a question? I want to make sure I get Marlene, you have a question?
I'm good. I was just checking it. Now I'm trying to turn it off.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Hello.
Marlene.
Hi, it's
Hi.
Marlene. Good afternoon. I have two quick questions. One is, I don't remember how to do this. How do you take down your profile from being displayed as you're working on LinkedIn? I forgot how to do that. So no one can see it while I'm working.
Okay. Okay. So let me show you. I don't know if I showed you guys this last time, but this is a cool little hack. So if you go to the Chrome extension store, everybody knows how to go to Chrome extensions, right? Because I work with Chrome. There's an extension called Incognito, right? It looks like this. And what you can do is you just flip this. And when you see the little guy who looks like he's incognito, while you're working on it, nobody can see you. And you just click it back. Okay. So that's all you need to do.
Oh,
By the way, it's
if
not
I'm
important.
in LinkedIn, it's that anyone searching for me while it's incognito, they won't be able to find me, and it's just for LinkedIn, correct? Okay,
Yes.
great. Thank you.
And make sure you flip it back, okay?
Yes.
By the way, I don't do, when I'm making changes on my own profile, I don't even do it incognito. People can't see that you're doing it, while you're doing it. So don't worry about that, okay? The reason that you really want to be incognito, and this is kind of going to where we'll go next, just so you know, all right, is because if you want to go search out other people that are looking at if you want to look at other profiles and you don't want somebody to know that you've looked at their profile, you want to do it incognito. And I'm going to show you that because that's one of the tools that you're going to want to use. Now, this is going to sound a little advanced, but I want to make sure you understand this, okay? LinkedIn has moved much more now to what we call pay to play, which means that a lot of the features that LinkedIn used to give people for free, they want you to pay for. So it used to be you could see the first 3 people or 5 people that viewed your profile. They don't let you do that anymore. You have to have a premium membership in order to see who viewed your profile, okay? But if you see somebody that has a gold button on their profile, chances are very high that they know you've looked at them. So if you're going to do some searching, and I'll do this with you, I'll show it to you, and you don't want somebody to know. So Steve Cox, for example, if you're doing some research and you want to go look at some competitors, right? But you don't want them to know you looked at them, you'll go and do it incognito. Does that make sense? And then you'll switch back.
Yes.
It's a great way to get intel. Did that help you, Marlene?
Absolutely. I have one more for you. I know that our focus is on Oasis and Vantage, but I'm kind of planning out how to make sure that everything I put in my description flows and it kind of makes sense because I have multiple things going on. So do you have like 1 or 2 tips on what you don't want people to do, or that's where they seem all over the place? Do you have a tip on that for those of us who have multiple things going on of what not to do?
Okay, so I'm going to give you one of my best tools that I absolutely love. Okay, Bob, if you could put this in the chat, and I'll tell you. I think we might have covered this last week. Perplexity. Did I tell you guys about Perplexity.ai?
No.
Okay, so what I would do is I would actually ask a question to Perplexity and say, I'm writing my LinkedIn profile and I do multiple things. These are the things that I do. Can you please give me a suggestion? And you could do it in Perplexity or ChatGPT. Can you give me a suggestion on how I can write my about section that interweaves all of what I do? So again, you're not going to take it word for word, but use ChatGPT or use Perplexity to ask it how you should write it. Okay. That, and the other thing also, you guys all have this workbook, right? Remember I told you to print it out? How many of you have printed out this workbook that's in the portal? Okay, I see Kathy's got it. The answers to a lot of your questions are in here. Read it, okay? Okay, can you
Printed
enable?
but not read.
Okay, that doesn't count. You gotta read it, all right? Okay. Somebody asked a question. Can you enable the feature in Zoom? I'm not sure what that question is. What was, Bob, what's that question that somebody asked?
That was me. I asked it. We can't actually copy the links that you're putting in the chat. So
Okay,
there's
I will
there's
send
actually-
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a feature in Zoom that you can enable to let people copy things out of chat. So
I will make sure that I do that for next time. Thank you, Steve.
Okay,
I will make
thanks.
sure that happens. Okay. Okay, I still see some hands. Steve Cox, you have a question?
Yes, just real quick. I'm not sure if you answered Anthony Esposito's question exactly. Go back to your profile page, and I think he's looking at the public URL changing from the numbers of our LinkedIn to.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So
That's exactly what I was looking for. Thanks, Steve.
You got it.
okay, so let me show you. So when you come over here, remember I went to the little pencil, viewed myself, then I click this, okay? So when you edit your custom URL over here, okay, that's where you're gonna do it. And notice it says I'm on my profile's public visibility. So I could switch that off if I want, but I want to be visible. Does that make sense? So I would click this pencil and now I'm going to put what I want. Now I only wanted Rhonda L. Sher. Okay, notice, and this question has come up in the Facebook group, you cannot use spaces, symbols, or special characters. So if I wanted to change mine and put a $sign, or it's not going to let me do that. So this is where you do it. And this is what you're going to send everybody to once you've got something the way you like it. Is that the question?
Actually, okay, so my question there was, would I copy and paste my URL from the wellness section of Oasis?
No. Good
Okay,
question.
that's what I
Yeah.
thought that was for.
Okay, I'm glad there are others that probably think that too. What do you typically call yourself? So if you're, basically whatever it is that you do, what do you call yourself? A business consultant, a business wellness consultant? What do you call yourself?
Just a business consultant.
Okay, so you would do linkedin.com /in/ and then Anthony E business, blah, 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 whatever you want to call yourself. That's
Okay,
what
gotcha.
you would use. Make
Okay, because I
sense?
was thinking that's where the URL went for the wellness, but I have it on the banner.
Yeah, and
But-
that's fine because that's taking people to where you want them to go to learn more about what you do.
Gotcha.
But that's not how they get to your profile. So
Okay,
one
yeah.
is a landing page, the other is your profile. Everybody
Okay,
good
gotcha.
with
Okay,
that?
that was where I was confused because I thought that's where the URL went for the wellness
Got
or
it.
whatever you wanted, right? Or any other
Yep.
web page. Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Ray, question?
Yes, a couple of questions. One, it looks as though I inadvertently created another profile page. And if that is the case, how can I get rid of that second page? That's
Okay.
one. Go ahead.
Okay, so what I'll do instead of taking everybody's time to do that is I will actually put some instructions on if you have two LinkedIn accounts on how to merge them, because some of you might have more than one. And if you inadvertently have created a new one, I will send you instructions on how to delete the second one, because I think that's something that not everybody has a question about. And I will
Okay.
send the instructions out so that you'll have that. Would that be helpful?
That would be very helpful. Thank you. And also, on the verified now, this was
Yep.
before I created the second one. When I click verify now, it tells me to scan the QR code. Then it says follow instructions on your phone. Then it goes right back to my profile page. With no instructions to verify
Okay,
now.
again, that's a question that you should go
Okay.
to ChatGPT or Perplexity,
Okay.
because again, we're gonna get caught up in weeds. I want you guys to learn, okay?
Okay.
So yeah, I'll get there. Okay,
Okay. All right. Thank you.
you're welcome. Reggie, did you have a question? Or did you forget to lower your hand?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me now?
I can.
All right. In regards to our profiles and everything that we've done thus far, can you tell me if I've done that by looking at mine? Now, here's the other question. Are we able to put two different aspects? In other words, I'm talking about wellness, but I'm also adding in the SETC as far as my marketing link. In other words, one day I do wellness solutions.
Okay,
the
I
next
got that.
3 hours,
Yeah.
I'll do.
So
Okay.
that kind of comes back to Joe's question, which we started with. Joe said, hey, I do more than one thing, right? So you're doing SETC credit, you're dealing with ihub, you're dealing with all of that, right? Again, remember what we talked about with the banner, right? And then in the about section, what I would recommend you do, because yours are related, okay? Yours are related. I would put services offered. Does that make sense? Because that's what you do. So let me show you, I'm going to show you a profile for a second of a client of mine who's in the employee benefits business. Okay, under no circumstances are you to contact this guy, all right? I don't want you to contact him and say, hey, I saw your profile. Would you like to get involved with, Oasis or whatever? Okay, because if you do that, I'll throw you out of the class. I promise. I'm showing you this because I want you to see an example of how you can model a profile. I wrote his profile. He paid me a lot of money because it was a one-on-one, all right? But I want you to have the benefit. Would that be helpful? Okay. Again, you reach out to him and I promise you, I will come after you, all right? But let me go back.
Understandable.
Let me
Would you please just look at mine? And
yeah, of course.
from there.
Reggie. Yep. Spell your last name for me, Reggie.
King.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't looking. There you are. Right? Is this you, the first one?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let's look at Reggie. Okay.
No. It's Regi.
Oh, sorry. Okay. This is why it's really important, by the way, to have your URL. Is this you?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So when we look at you, notice you do have the ihub Global here. This is a good example of a generic banner. Okay, so if you were doing more than one thing, it's actually a really good example. I like the banner, right? You might want to throw, it's actually not a bad banner. So what was your question real quick?
So in the marketing aspect on LinkedIn, I'm doing both the wellness and I'm also doing the SETC. I'm placing various ads through various times of the day into the LinkedIn profile, as well as Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, blah, blah, blah. So I'm using two different links, two different sets of information, two different directions, but I'm using LinkedIn, I'm using Facebook, I'm using Instagram, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so number one, okay, we're only talking about LinkedIn here today. Okay, this class is only about LinkedIn. Number two, you also, I want to show you something because you're going to be writing it in here. Okay, so you may want to consider, this is for everybody, you may want to consider, really amping this up. So that's why I wanted to show you Eric's profile. Okay. So if I click on what you've got in the experience section, just as an example, I click this and it takes me back to your profile. That is not what you want to do, Reggie. Okay. What you want to have in your profile is very similar to what Kathy has, or I'll use Vicky again, because this Vicky's a great example. When you look in the featured section, it should not take you back to the profile, okay? Your featured section, if you look over here, this takes you to the affordable health benefits. This takes you to a Vimeo that the company gives on a plan overview. That's what you want to be putting here, not what you have, Reggie, which is basically taking people right back to your profile. So go back to last week's class, go watch the replay and you'll see what you're going to put in this section, because this is not what you want to be putting here. Okay. And again, go get yourself an accountability buddy, because your accountability buddy is going to help you. Does that make sense?
Okay, Kathy, yes, Kathy, I
Okay.
did give you my phone number for us to talk.
Okay, so let me show you really quick as an example. Here's Eric, okay? Eric is an employee benefits guy, okay? Very, very accomplished. Notice, we believe more, he's got a very simple banner, really simple, right? He does a lot of different things, but you can see just as a model. Now, let me show you his about section so you can see, okay? These are the services. So for those of you that are offering the SETC, that those of you that are offering all of the different things, you can put it here, all right? You can actually write something about your background. You can talk about who your ideal clients are. And then you can put a statement about if they want to work with you. So in Eric's case, I wrote, if you want to work with a bold, confident, courteous, funny, focused, friendly, proactive, resourceful professional, because he really is, right? He puts his work number here. Then he's got his company. He's got some case studies, okay? So I will, okay, because I'm really wanting you guys to succeed. I'm going to actually put the URL, okay, for Eric in the chat. I am telling you right now, if any of you ever decide you're going to contact him, don't. All right. I'm doing this so you can actually see it. Just write it down. You'll see it in the replay, and I'll also put it in the stuff that's going to be on the recap. Okay. All right. I want to teach you guys new stuff. So is there anybody, do you have a burning question, Wally, or can we jump on to learning? You're muted. Wally, you're muted.
Yeah, I don't know, didn't realize my hand was up. I don't have a question.
Okay, great. Okay. All right. Is everybody ready is everybody cool with the profile? Is everybody good? Okay. All right. So I want to just go back to the profile for a minute and show you one of the things that we didn't talk about yet that's really important. Okay. And that is recommendations. Now, recommendations are really important for one reason, because what somebody else says about you is 1,000 times more powerful than what you say about yourself. Okay. So you can get recommendations from people that have worked with you in the past. Who wants to play with me? Joe, you're unmuted. You want to play with me here for a second? I can't hear you. Let's see.
Absolutely. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to bring up your profile, Joe. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. I haven't looked at it before, but I'm just going to SCH. Is this here? You are.
SCHMITZ, the second one.
The second. Okay. So here's Joe. That's you?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So you haven't really done anything yet, but you're going to, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Now let's scroll down on Joe. And this is actually a good example because most of you are going to fall in the same boat. All right. So Joe pretty much has only 2 recommendations and they're old from 2010. Right. But Joe, you've been in business a long time, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And you have people that absolutely love you in your business. Isn't that true?
Yes.
So what you want to do is you want to start getting recommendations from people. So I'll use you as an example because we're connected. Write this down. It's really important. The only way you can give or get a recommendation for somebody is if you are connected. Okay. So if you and I were not connected, Joe, and let's just take a quick look here and see, when did we connect? We just connected May 1st, right? We're new friends. We're new connections. So you are a president of a leasing company, but you're also doing this, right?
Right.
Okay. So I'm actually going to show you what I would do if I could, because I don't know you well enough. But what I would do is I would go over to more. Do you see this? You're connected. So I go to more, okay? And you're both going to do 2 things. You're going to write recommendations for people and you're going to request them. So I could literally click right here, recommend. And what I would do is I would state the relationship, right? So I would put Joe's a client of mine. You're in my class. And then the next thing is Joe's position, Now, if Joe had his profile updated, it would say what you're currently doing as well with ihub or whatever, but here.
Right.
And then I would write the recommendation. Now, I'm not going to write you a recommendation, Joe, because I don't know you well enough. But
Right.
here's what I am going to do, okay? I'm going to use Kathy as an example, okay? Kathy, are you still here? I hope she's still here. Okay. So here's
I am
Kathy.
here.
All right, cool. So Kathy, you and I have had some conversations, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to go view full profile. Okay, notice Kathy's done the work here. So I'm going to go, we're connected. I'm going to go to more and I'm going to recommend Kathy. I talked to Kathy in pretty good detail about who she is and what she does. So I'm going to put relationship. Kathy was a client of mine. Kathy's position. She's a business analyst. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. All right. When I told you about Evie, which I will tell you about in a minute, you can use Evie. Okay. Evie is, let me show you how fast Evie is. So I'm going to, when you have Evie, because you install it with Chrome, you can see it comes, there's a little purple box. So watch this. Oh, did I not? Yeah, it is. So now it says recommendation and I can use all these different things, professional expertise, the tone I want to use. And then I'm just going to click this. I'm going to show you two ways to do it. So I'm going to click GPT-4 and I'm going to click generate. Watch what happens. This is me using Evie to write a recommendation for Kathy. I had the pleasure of working with Kathy, okay, when she was a student of mine in my course, okay? So I'm going to take out the rest of this because this is not relevant, okay? Notice I'm not taking a cut and paste, I'm modifying. Kathy's expertise in analyzing complex business problems and providing innovative solutions was truly impressive. Kathy's ability to communicate effectively, I'm not going to say with stakeholders, I'm just going to say communicate effectively, and her dedication to delivering results made her an invaluable makes her an invaluable asset. Okay, so I'm putting this in my words, but I'm using this, makes her an invaluable asset to anyone that works with her. And I can say this because I've talked to Kathy. We've had conversations, okay? Her positive attitude and willingness to go above and beyond to are always appreciated. Okay, period. I highly recommend Kathy for any business development or consulting role, period. I'm not going to go overboard on this. And I'm going to put insert. And Kathy, I'm comfortable sending this, so I'm going to send this to you. Okay. Now,
Wow.
Kathy's going to go to her profile and she's going to have the ability to either accept it or not. Does that make sense? Now, look how easy that was. Let me stop the share for a second. And how many of you thought that was super easy? Just like, give me, like, is that crazy?
What?
Right? How easy?
For real.
For real, that's easy, right? That's why I told you to download Evie. But I also want to show you how you can do it the other way. So now I'm going to go back to the over here and I'm going to type in Ray. Okay. So we've got, why did I just draw a blank here? Ray, unmute for a second. I'm like drawing a blank.
Ray Drummond? Which
No,
Ray?
no, Ray, that's
Okay.
driving.
Ray Harrison?
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you. I just had a brain freeze. Okay.
Howdy.
Okay, so here is Ray Harrison, right? Ray and I have known each other for a long time. If it wasn't for Ray, I wouldn't be here. So I'm going to view Ray's profile. Okay. You can see, look at this. Wow, Ray, you've been doing some work. Very cool. Okay. So Ray, would you say that this has been helpful for your team?
Oh, man, it's great.
Okay, so I have earned the right to ask Ray for a recommendation. Would you agree? Because you've said,
Yes.
wow, this is awesome. So I'm going to go over to the same thing. I'm going to click more and I'm going to click request a recommendation. Now, how do I know Ray? Okay. Actually, we know each other from a lot of different ways, but I would say we worked in the same group. Okay. This is my position. Now, I'm asking for a recommendation. Okay. I'm not using Evie. I'm asking. So I would say, hi, Ray, would you write me a recommendation, please? I so appreciate your great feedback on the LinkedIn course. It would mean, now, these words are important, so pay attention. It would mean the world to me if you would write this for me. Now, please, please, please pay attention. This is really, really important. You see on the top where there's a link here, right? Can you all see this? It's basically just a URL. I'm going to right click on it and click copy. I'm going to send this to Ray, but I don't know how often Ray checks his LinkedIn. So I'm actually going to send Ray an email, and I'm going to tell him in the email that I'm asking him for a LinkedIn connection, because there's a really, so I'm going to go over here, go to compose. Okay. Ray's already in my list of people, you can see, and I'm going to say, I need your help. Why am I saying that? Because I'm asking for something. So Ray, if you saw an email that said, I need your help, and you know who's sending it, how likely are you to open it?
Very, very highly. Yes.
Right?
People like to be used, not abused. So that's great.
So I would just write something like, thanks so much for the opportunity. I'm not going to write it all here, but you'll get it, right? To work, blah, blah. I'll just put ... I would love if you can help me build out my recommendations on LinkedIn. To make it easy, just make sure LinkedIn is open on your computer and click here to write me a recommendation. Now, all I'm doing is I'm literally going to right click. Remember I right clicked that link, right? So I'm going to click paste. See that? I click paste. All I'm going to do is highlight it. Okay. And then I'm just going to sign off by saying, thank you so much. This means more than you know. Again, you put it in your words, right? This means more than you know. Best, Rhonda. Now let me show you what happens when I click this. I'm going to go over here and look what it did. It takes me right to this place where I sent it so Ray can write me the recommendation. Because there's a much better chance that Ray is going to see my request in an email than he is going to see it. Because when you see it in LinkedIn, it's going to show up in the messaging on top. That's where it shows up. Now, let's say I want to write a recommendation for Ray. Again, go over here and I'm going to recommend. So I can write it myself, but you know what? I'm not going to do that because it's going to take too much time. So I'm basically going to say I worked with Ray in the same group. This was Ray's position. I'm going to go to my friend Evie. I'm going to click, and guess what? It's going to write it, and I'll modify it. And then when Ray gets it, because I know you're all going to ask this question, does it automatically go on your profile? No, it does not. You have to say it, that you approve it, and you're going to put it on your profile. Or you can write back to that person and say, hey, I'd like to, make the following changes, and they'll always change it. So I would say I had the pleasure of working with alongside as an advisory board member. So I'm not even going to say that. I'm just going to say I had the pleasure of working alongside Ray Harrison in several endeavors. Okay. Period. Ray's ability to analyze complex situations and develop innovative solutions is truly remarkable. He's a natural leader who inspires those around him to strive for excellence. His dedication to the organization, is second to none. I want you to see that the reason I'm doing this is I don't want it to look like it's been written by AI. I highly recommend for any leadership or advisory role, his expertise. Okay. Ray gets 5 stars. Wish I could give him 100 stars because he is a superstar. That's me using my voice. Okay. And now I sent it. And Ray, when you go to your profile, if you like what I wrote, you can actually add it. And now you have a recommendation from me. How cool is that?
Terrific.
So you want to practice this. If you found value in this course and we're connected, and you all should be connected to me, write a recommendation and say, hey, I took a course with Rhonda, or, and found great value. It's a way to practice. And again, it's when you get a recommendation from somebody, it's like walking out of your car and finding a $20 bill. Like, seriously, who doesn't like that? Okay. Who's ready to go to the next step? Okay, great. All right. I'm going to show you one of the easiest things to do. All right. How many of you put yes in the chat if you're going to install Evie AI? Okay. Evie AI is going to save you hours and hours and hours. Every one of you, okay, there are 38 of you, should be saying yes. You can use the free version. If you do the paid version, it's $150 for the year. And by the way, if you share this with anybody you know, they actually have an affiliate. So you'll make money on it. Full disclosure, I make a big 20%. I could care less about that. I just share it because you're all about an affiliate program, right? So let me show you what Evie looks like, because this is really, really going to make your life so easy. I cannot tell you how easy it's going to make your life. Okay, so here's Evie, right? When you go to home, just so you know. So one of the first thing you want to do, and this is what every one of you can do, okay, is you go to the Learning Hub, right? The Learning Hub. Then you go to Quick Links. And you see where it says LinkedIn anniversaries, LinkedIn birthdays, right? Job changes. So let's do something really simple, all right? I want you guys to get quick wins. So let's go to LinkedIn birthdays. Look what happens. Notice LinkedIn tells me I could go to any one of these. These are from all my connections. Tells me who's having a birthday, right? Pretty straightforward. Tells me when it is. These are all my May 8th birthdays. So I'm going to go to Alex and I'm going to click message. Okay. Now this is the default. It says happy birthday. Oh my God. Boring, right? Not going to get excited about it. So you could do a couple of different things. I could say, happy birthday, Alex, right? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to personalize it. I want to show you the simplest way. Hope it is an amazing, I could type it would help, amazing day, okay? Wishing you the best of everything. Now that's really simple, right? Like, very boring, but it's more than what you get. But let me show you something that's so easy to do. And most people don't. You see this little thing here? It says GIF. Everybody see this little GIF? Click it and type in what you want. So I'm going to type in happy birthday. You can do this for anything, by the way. Watch this. So look at all these birthday GIFs. Is this cool or is this cool? Look at this. Like, these are funny. Some of them are silly. Some of them are like, okay, so this kind of looks like my dog. So I'm going to click that and I'm going to click send. Now let me make it bigger and show you. Do you think that Alex is going to actually notice? I hear the laughing, right? Now, here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to send a birthday message to every person and put a PS that said, hey, Alex, you know what? It's been a minute. Let's jump on a call and catch up. You can do that. But you only want to do that with the people that you really want to catch up with. So let's go back. So let's look at Brittany, okay? I don't even know who Brittany is, to be really honest with you, but I'm going to click on her profile and let's just take a look. So what do I know about Brittany? Well, I'm going to go to contact info and I'm going to see when we connected, okay? We just connected recently. All right, kind of cool. And today's her birthday, so I'd go over here to message. Now, you could go to ChatGPT, you can go to Perplexity, and you can create a message. So let me show you what I did. Okay, I created a birthday message. So here's my, can you guys see this in Word? Or can you see Word? Are you still looking at Word or no? Ray, what do you see?
Yes, we can see.
Happy birthday to you on your special
Okay.
day. It looks like a word.
Perfect. So I created this from ChatGPT, okay? And I told ChatGPT to make it a poem. On your special day, here's a cheer. For happiness and joy throughout the year. May your LinkedIn notifications glow with opportunities lined in a row. Another year has come and sped. May the best of business always spread. Success and smile in all you do. Here's a birthday wish just for you. Now, I basically took this, and again, I'm not recommending that you all do this, but I did this. It's just a suggestion. As my gift to you, I'd love to give you a complimentary LinkedIn audit and tips on how you can use LinkedIn. No sales pitch attached, just my way of paying it forward if this sounds good. Again, why? Because we just recently connected. She's a perfect candidate for me, all right? You guys do not want to do this to say, let me show you how you can save money and give your employees. No, that's not what you want to do, but you could say, P.S. I'd love to get to know you better. If that sounds good, let's book a call. But don't do it for everybody. Look at what I want you to do is look at the profile and see if it's appropriate. So I'll just click copy, okay? Now I'm going to go back to the profile, all right? You guys can all see that, right? I'm going to type in here, Brittany, because again, so I'm going to click paste. There it is. And then what am I going to do? Tell me, what am I doing next? Who knows? What's my next thing? Come on, it's teaching.
GIF.
The gift.
Thank you. You got it, right? So what am I going to put? Happy birthday, right? Going to see what comes up. Hey, okay, I love this. I'm going to send her cake. I'm going to send her a cupcake. Send. There you go. What do you think the odds are that I'm going to get Brittany to book a call with me? I'd say they're pretty darn high,
good.
wouldn't you? Okay, so using Evie, okay, it tells you. So every single day, here's what I want y'all to do, okay? I want you all to send out 5 birthday messages. Don't do this before you upgrade your profile, please. Okay, don't run before you walk. Upgrade your profile. Find an accountability partner. Work with this person. Set aside an hour each week, maybe 2, to get your profile the way you want it. Okay, that's why this group exists, so you can help each other. And then what I want you to do is send birthday messages. So you can go to ChatGPT, okay, and you can ask GPT to write you a birthday message. You can make yours about health. So, Bo, unmute for a sec, okay? All right.
Yep.
You could, so besides doing what you're doing with Oasis, is Oasis your full-time gig?
It is right now, yes.
Perfect. So you could tell ChatGPT to write you a birthday message talking all about health and wellness. Tie that in. You saw how mine was about LinkedIn, right? You could do that. Does anybody want me to, does anybody here want me to show you how to do that with ChatGPT? I will show you. Does anybody want to see that?
Yeah, that'd be
Yes.
great. Thank
Okay,
you.
let me show you, all right? I want to make this a win for all of you. That's why I'm kind of taking all your questions, going slow, right? Because I want you to be able to do this. So I'm going to go over here, okay? I'm just going to go right here. I'm going to go to ChatGPT, okay? So let's just do chat. Here's ChatGPT. What the heck? Oh, that's Chase. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Okay, we don't want to go to Chase. We want to go to ChatGPT. There we go. Okay, so here it is. So I'm going to go to chat and GPT and I'm going to say, please write a happy birthday poem that talks about wellness. Make it upbeat, not too long, and stresses how important birthdays are and
Doing this.
why we should celebrate them. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT does. So, can you all see ChatGPT working? Can you see that? Okay, so I don't really have to like think too much, right? Look what it says. Today's a milestone, another year bright, a chance to sparkles. Your spirit takes flight. Breathe deep, stretch out, and embrace the wellness call. On this birthday, promises to take care of blah, 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 right? You like this one? Is this a cool one? If you don't
Yeah.
like it, you can tell it to rewrite it. So what are you going to do? You're going to copy and paste it, right? You're going to right click on copy. And then what I would do if I were you is I would put it in a Word doc, okay, blank Word doc. This is something you might not know. When you right click, you're always going to go to the third one in paste, okay? Then it pastes it in a way you can copy it. I know this stuff sounds like really picky, but it's going to save you a lot of time. So if you guys like this one, I'll send it to you. All right. I'll actually put that in as an example so you guys could have it. How many of you would find that helpful if I gave it to you? Okay. What I really want you to get is how I prompted it, right? I just prompted it to write a birthday message. You could write one and say, hey, for having a May birthday. You could do one and change it around. And then what are you going to do? You're going to put a GIF. Okay. Same thing for job anniversaries. You could say, hey, congratulations on your job anniversary. And again, use Evie. Okay. Questions. I don't want to like be speed doing this. I want to make sure you're all getting this and this is helpful because this is a way that you're going to be able to stay top of mind. Make sense?
Rhonda?
Yeah.
Hey, this is great. Thank you. Do you use Perplexity and ChatGPT interchangeably, or do you have the favorites for them doing different things?
So when I have a very specific direct question, I use Perplexity. I use Perplexity when I would typically use Google. So if I want to know something, the reason I like Perplexity is it gives me the source. Okay. So when you get further down the road and you want to start talking about statistics and things like that in terms of wellness and whatever, go to Perplexity. Okay. If you're going to use ChatGPT for anything that is, really time sensitive, then I recommend that you get the paid version at 4 because ChatGPT 3.5 as of now is only as current as about 2021 or 2022. So keep that in mind. Okay.
Thank you.
Rick, you have a question?
Yeah. Rhonda, hi. How do you get to the features section again?
How do you get to the featured section? Okay. So this is going to be the same for everything. So I'll show this to you. So when you go to, back in Word, sorry about that, guys. Okay. So in the profile, all right. And I'll go to mine so you can see how to get to it. If you don't have a featured section, and some of you may not, no big deal. Okay, you're always going to go to add a profile section. So what you're going to do is see where it says here, add a profile section right here, Rick?
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Okay, I already have one, but it's actually going to tell me what's recommended. So right here, add featured. You see that? And now I can add my featured section. Okay. Then you're going to go back to your portal that you have, and you're going to grab, and you can go back to last week's class and look at it. And you're going to be able to grab all of the PDFs and put them in there. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, it does make sense. I had another question. Where are the banners that you guys made that Bob created for us?
Yeah.
I can't seem to find those.
Those are in your portal. Okay. Those are in your portal. And also
portal.
go to Canva. So everything with that is in the portal. Okay.
All right, cool. And also I have a lot of endorsements on my profile. Are they the same as recommendations, or how does that?
They
how do
are
they
not.
weigh?
They are not. Endorsements are skills, and again, endorsements are not as important as recommendations. Okay, so if you land on somebody's profile and you're connected to them, and I'll show you an example. Okay, endorsements are kind of like a nice gift. There's something you can give to somebody and they take no time. So I'll go over to Ray. Here's Ray. And Ray and I are connected. Remember, in order to endorse somebody, you have to be connected to them. Okay.
Right.
So I'm going to go over to Ray and I'm going to go down to the skills area. This is skills. You see all of this, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So so Ray has insurance and business development. So I'm going to click on what he has because it's going to open it up. And why did it do that? That was not what I wanted it to do. Okay. You know what? I'm not sure you have your skills set up correctly.
I don't think you do.
You have not set it up correctly. So let's see if Kathy did. I don't know if Kathy has hers set up correctly, which all you do is you just click on it and you basically click endorse.
Right. Right.
And Ray, I'll help you and we can set yours up. Okay. So yeah, so you see where it says endorse. So when somebody endorses you, here's the part that's super cool. You get notified. LinkedIn tells you, hey, Rhonda just endorsed you, Kathy. So what does that give Kathy an excuse to do? It gives Kathy an excuse to send me
Give you a call.
a message to say, hey, thank you so much. Right? Okay.
All right, cool. Thank you, Rhonda.
You're welcome. So let me recap real quick here, okay? Because this is important. Number one, please install Evie. Okay, it's going to save you hours. And take the time with your accountability partner to spend some time on it. It's like the coolest thing ever. It was designed by a guy who literally teaches people how to use LinkedIn. His clients pay him $10,000 a month, right? Joe is like amazing. He designed this tool and it's got LinkedIn's approval. So use it, learn how to use it. I'm only showing you an eighth of an eighth of an eighth of an eighth of what you can do with it. Okay. Now you're going to send out happy birthday messages, send out congratulation messages. But the one thing that I want you to really do is work on those recommendations. That is really important. So here's your homework. Make a list of 10 people that you can ask for a recommendation. Okay. These are people that know you. They know the quality of the work you do, and they can speak to what it is about you that makes you referable. Okay. So even, and I'm going to teach you something that's really cool. If you have a conversation with somebody and you teach them a little bit about wellness, maybe they're not really, interested in the program, or they're not going to be a candidate, but you've taught them a lot. They didn't know that. Has anybody ever had that experience where you've had a conversation? Okay, Tammy, unmute for a sec. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you've had a conversation, you've told somebody about it, and their response was, oh my gosh, well, tell me the response. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
You mean like it's a good response, but they're really not a candidate for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. They go, wow, that's something that sounds really, really amazing. I might know. They're not really all into it. They're like, well, maybe in the future I might know somebody, or, might refer you down the line. It's kind of a lukewarm. They're not really, or not really. I do. Yeah.
But what you're hearing and what you're listening for, and I want you all to pay very close attention because this is really important, is you taught them something, Tammy, they didn't know. They didn't know this was available, and they had this aha moment. Now, maybe it's not for them, but Tammy, thanks so much for letting me know about this benefit. I learned so much from you about what's available for companies with 100 or more employees that are interested in this. You did such a great job of explaining. And if I come across somebody, I'd be happy to make a referral to you. Now, you've heard that, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So what I want you to think about is that even though you're going to be making a lot of calls and you may not get an immediate yes, right? Because this is a numbers game, right? Ray, is this a numbers game? What? Or no, not?
Absolutely.
It's a numbers game, right? And just like, when you go out and you buy 20 lottery tickets, if you get one that you won, you're like, yay, I won one, right? Like, it's cool because the more no's you get, the more yeses you're going to get. So what I want you to get comfortable with, this is hard, all right, is when somebody says, you know what, thanks so much for letting me know about this, not right time, whatever. 4 words. Write these down. I need your help. Tammy, I need your help. Thanks so much for listening to, what I'm sharing with companies. It would mean the world to me. Notice what I said. It would mean the world to me. Would you mind writing me a recommendation about the explanation that I gave and how you learned something new? In fact, if you'd like, I'll write it for you, and all you need to do is post it. I'll send you an email. Is that not the easiest way to get recommendations?
Very easy.
Yeah. And what is it forcing you to do? Make more calls, isn't it?
Yep.
Right? But here's what you have to keep in mind. Okay. Because I know you're going to ask me this, but I'm not connected to that person on LinkedIn because maybe you are not connected to that person, right? Okay. So here's the alternative. This is easy. Okay. Maybe they're not on LinkedIn. Just say, you know what? If you're not on LinkedIn, no big deal. Would you mind if I just wrote it up and I send it to you? And if you think it's okay, I'm just going to put it in my profile as a PDF, right? So in other words, it's not even a recommendation. You're just going to put it as a PDF. And by the way, in Canva, you can do that. And I'll even send you a sample of how to do that. Bob, you can put that together, right? Just a little sample of what somebody said, right? So let's just play for a second, okay? Let's just as an example. So Tammy, tell me one thing you learned today in this class that you didn't know before that you're going to use.
Recommendations. Actually the importance of recommendations and
The importance of
and giving them.
Okay. So when it comes to LinkedIn and learning why recommendations are so important and how to give and get them, Rhonda is a wealth of information. Is that an accurate statement?
Yes.
Would you put your name to that statement?
Yeah.
Yes. So I could put that in Canva with your name and put that on my profile because that's third-party validation that I know what I'm doing. Okay. So I'll have Tammy, can I do that and create one using your name?
Absolutely.
Okay. How many of you know one person that you can either get a recommendation from or that has said something nice if you ask them, or what you're going to do is educate them? So here's one of the things you can do. You can reach out to people and say, hey, Mario, I'd love your opinion about a service that I'm working with. And I'd love to know what you think about whether this would work or whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, you're asking for an opinion. You're not asking to sell them anything. Does that make sense? Okay. So you're going to work on recommendations. Okay. Now, you're also going to send out birthdays and all of that. Now, many of you do not have a lot of connections. Okay. For those of you that do not have a lot of connections, what I want you to do is I want you to go through your phone and look at who you know. Doesn't everybody keep their connections in their phone or your Gmail or wherever your mail is, right? And I want you to find those people and I want you to send them a connection request. Okay. So I'm going to, just like we talked a little bit about last week, I'm going to send you some templates. Okay. What's considered a lot of connections? Great question. Thank you, Chris. LinkedIn says you're what's called a superstar if you have 500, okay, or more. If you guys could even get to 150, it'd be great. Okay. You got to walk before you run. So you want to get to your connections and you're going to send out connection requests. And I'm going to give you samples. Steve, do you have a question?
Oh, now this is Stu.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Stu. Oh, well, I asked Steve first. Hang on, Stu, for a second.
Yeah, the question
Okay.
was, do you know how many connections you can request within a month? Because I think I might, is there
It's
without
100 a week. It's 100 a week, or you're going to, LinkedIn's going to, last I heard, I will check it, but it's 100 a week.
I
Okay,
think I may get that because I think I'm getting some notices when I've sent a few out. I haven't sent that many out lately,
good
this month.
question.
So that's
100
one
a
thing.
week, yeah. And here's the
the
thing
page.
too, that you need to know. Remember I said earlier, LinkedIn is pay to play, right? So you're not going to be able to personalize that many requests unless you're using the premium version. And I don't want you to recommend, I don't want you to get the premium version unless your profile is completely upgraded and done. You can do a 30-day test drive with it, okay? I saw a very, very, very important question in the chat that I want to address, okay? And that was about automation. There are tons of automation services out there, tons and tons and tons, okay? That violates the terms and condition of what LinkedIn says you can do, okay? So if you do it, you're at risk of going into LinkedIn jail, okay? I'm just telling you that right now. Now, if you decide that you need some help and you have a little bit of money, what I would recommend that you do is get a virtual assistant. There are many in the Philippines. You can pay anywhere from $5 to $10 an hour. If that's something you want to do, put that in the Facebook group and I'll put the information, okay? There are people that can do this for you. And if you're going to do it right, okay? I'm not going to go into it now, but you want to be able to send out, as many, and you want to personalize them. Okay. Really important. Stu, you had a question?
Yes. You said you were going to put the URLs, I think, of Kathy and Vicky in somewhere, I guess, in the
They're in the
portal.
Facebook group. They're in the Facebook group, and I will also, they're already in the Facebook group, but I'll also send it out to you. And I'm
Okay.
also going to send out the sample. Let me show you just so you can see, and then I'm going to get to you, Wally. I'm going to get to all your questions, okay? But let me show you so you can see in my Word docs, so you can see. Okay. All right, so let me show you what you're going to get just so you'll see. Hang on here. Bear with me and I will show you. Okay, so that's today. That's class 2. You've got the sample birthday messages. Okay, we're going to do this next time. I was going to try and get to posting. That is not going to happen. Here's a sample. I'm going to send you several. Hi, Ray, came across your profile. Notice we share some common connections. We're both in California, for example. I'd love to learn more about what you do and how we might support one another. It would be an honor to connect with you. I'm going to give you a ton of these samples of how you can do it. I've already written them out and I will give them to you. The other thing that I'm going to recommend that you do is set up Calendly. I'll send this instructions to you. This is so people can set up appointments with you. If you don't have Calendly, you can't get appointments. Make sense? Okay.
Yes.
Elise, you have a question.
Yeah, hi, Rhonda. It's a great session. Yeah, when you were talking about the number of connection requests, you said 100
per week.
Were you referring to like an unpaid account or if you do have
The free account, it doesn't matter. The free account, it's 100 a week. Okay.
So either way, you want to
Either way.
stay in that. Okay.
Yep.
That's
And by the way, when you have a question like that, go ask Perplexity. It will give you the answer instantly. Okay. I want you guys to get comfortable asking questions because really I'm giving you the toolbox to where all the answers are, right? I'm really giving you the toolbox. So if you're unsure, or if I make a mistake, because I'm certainly not perfect, I may goof up, tell me, say, you messed up, right? Wally, do you have your hand up because you want to wave at me or you have a question?
Yeah, no, I've got a quick question. Well, first of all, I've been a LinkedIn member since 2012, and I've got over 6,000 contacts, so contacts are not an issue. Second, for me, the second question, I've got a request into your Facebook account or Facebook page, and last time I looked, you hadn't accepted me yet.
Okay, everybody will get accepted into Facebook. So if you weren't accepted, it's not personal, it's an oversight. And I don't see.
Good.
Yeah, no, I'm actually not even seeing anybody that is wanting to get in. So I'll send you an invite, Wally. Okay, that way you get a personal invite. So thank you.
Thank you.
Steve, question? Steve or let's see, Tammy, who wants to just jump in?
I had one. So on the Calendly, because I'm in financial services, so I have an umbrella of things. I have,
Yep.
blah, blah, blah. So I do have a little section that says, let's just chat.
Okay.
LinkedIn,
Yeah.
whatever. Well, what would you name that so it's more professional and they go, because they have to pick everything, or you send them that
Yeah,
link?
so here's the deal. Okay. This is getting really technical, which I appreciate, but here's the thing about Calendly. And if you look at mine, and I'll show you mine so you can see, okay? I'm not here to teach you how to set up Calendly, but I'm going to show you what you can do with it, because I think this is important for a lot of you, right? That you're going to want to know. So when you go to my Calendly, okay, and I have the paid version, just so you know, all right? Because it's important for you to know this. So here's Calendly. Look at mine so you can see, because I'm glad you brought this question up. Look at the choices you have. A prepaid LinkedIn profile audit. They've paid for it. If you're a current client of mine, and because my clients get a certain number of hours, they can book an hour session. Here's a 1 hour coaching session that you can buy, and here's where you go to buy it. Let's get to know you. This is just a chit chat session. Here's a 30 minutes. So I set this up, and then depending upon which one it is. So let's say that it's a 1 hour coaching session for my clients. What I do is I just grab this link right up here. You can see, put it in the email and say, hey, it's time for our next coaching session. Book with this link. Okay. So you need to, again, where do you go? What's my favorite place to get instructions? Perplexity, right? Makes sense? Everybody good with that?
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Who else had a question that I missed? Just unmute and speak. Kathy.
Okay, I do. Now, on the calendar, how do we connect it to our Facebook, or do we not?
Okay, first of all, you're not connecting it to Facebook, you're connecting it to LinkedIn. And second of all,
I mean, LinkedIn, yes, LinkedIn.
Second of all, that's a perplexity question. That's not something that I'm teaching you here, okay? Because that's really technical. And if I did that, nobody would ever learn anything, because I have so much to teach you, okay?
And then
All right.
that's going to be true with Evie as well then?
Evie has all kinds of trainings. I will send you the link. Okay. Once you sign up with Evie, there's a million trainings. Evie has so many things you can do with it that it'll make your head spin. I'm only going to teach you the things you need to know. Okay. Because next time we're going to talk about posting, commenting on posts. Okay. This is really important. All right. And I just want to give you guys want to hang out with me for 5 more minutes? Are you good with that? Are we okay? All right. I want to show you something. All right. I literally want to get you excited about to get everything done before the next couple of weeks, because I want to show you what you're going to learn. This is going to like blow your mind. Okay. So when it comes to posting, okay, you're going to be able to post. So here, let's just look at what I posted yesterday. Okay. So this is, I'm going to go here, show more. So here's my post. I did this post with Evie. This is not exactly what you call rocket science. So I found this cool video. Okay. It's a TikTok video. I found the video. I'm going to show you how to find the videos. Okay. I will literally tell you that I charge people $3,000 on a whole separate thing to learn how to do this. I'm going to give it to you guys. Then I had Evie write this with a slant towards LinkedIn, right? Right time, right place. Well, this is all about right time, right place. These bikers were going by, saw this dog was in distress, right? I'm not going to play it for you, but notice that 17 people, including I liked my own post, liked it. So Sandy liked it. Awesome. Let me show you what happened here. This is so cool. Okay. And I know this is going to be very advanced for many of you, but I want you to see this. So Victoria liked my post. You all saw that, right? She clicked the like button. She didn't comment, but she liked it. So I sent Victoria a message. Watch this. Okay. This is what I did. I did this right before I got on. So let me show you. I sent her a message, and this is what I'm going to make it bigger so you can see. So you can see I'm still in the same outfit, right? You can tell it's me. I click right here. Watch this. Play. Come on. Oh, it's on mute. Hang on. Hey, Victoria, Rhonda Sher. Hey, really appreciate the like on my post yesterday about LinkedIn success, and gave me a chance to look at your profile again. I remember we met at Joe and Estee's summit. Anyway, super impressed with your branding. It is awesome. I'd love to jump on a call, see how we could support each other. Not a sale call at all. I'm going to be on vacation next week, so I will be sitting on a beach with my hubby in Puerto Vallarta. But when I get back, let's jump on a call and share some resources. I'll drop a link to my calendar. And again, thanks for your support of my post and look forward to getting to know you. I always want to get to know happy people. All right, take care. Remember, if you're not LinkedIn, you're left out. Bye. Notice underneath, there's my Calendly, right? I send out on average, when I'm looking to fill my calendar, okay, about 5 of those a day. Of the 5 of those a day, 3 of those people are on my calendar. How many of you think that's cool? Is that like cool or is that cool, right? It's really step by step by step by step. So what I'm going to show you, once you've got your profiles done, once you've figured out how to send birthday messages, right? Got your recommendations. You guys got a lot to do. I'm glad we have 2 weeks off, right? I'm going to show you the posting strategy that's going to generate appointments for you. And guess what? You don't need a paid account, okay? How many of you own a phone? If you own a phone, you can do this, okay? Literally. And that's why you need an accountability partner, because you know what you're going to do? You're going to practice with your accountability partner. And for those of you that actually do the work, do your profile, write a recommendation, write one for me. Guess what? I'll practice with you. All right. Send me a video. I'll send you one back. All right. I want to reward the people that are doing the work. Okay. We have gone 5 past the hour, or hour and a half. So anybody that wants to jump in with an aha, they learned something, they're going to do something. I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you want to leave, you're free to leave. This will be in the portal within 48 hours, probably sooner. If you're having any challenges, send me an email, okay? Or let's put it in the Facebook group. We'll save all the chat. Next time you'll be able to do it. Who's going to get an accountability partner? Everybody should say I'm going to get.
I am.
Rhonda.
And get more than one, because here's what I'm going to tell you. People will disappoint you, okay? They'll say they'll do it and they get busy. So get more than one and then set a date in ink. We're going to do it every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. That's when we're going to do it. And we're going to get there and we're going to practice and we're going to get back and forth. Because as we get more into this, we're just doing the basics now. Okay. I've done this before with another company. I am telling you, you're going to be dangerous. That's how much business you're going to be able to book. You're going to be dangerous. Hey, Ray, you want everybody to be dangerous?
Extremely dangerous in the right directions.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Rhonda?
Rhonda, I just wanted to say that I feel so much better this week versus our first week. I managed to get a lot of things put together and feel great about this. Thank you so
Awesome.
much for all this
You're
information.
welcome. You're welcome.
Rhonda,
Yep.
Rhonda?
I think I'm ready to, I think my profile's ready to go. I just need to upload a pic, which I dread, my pictures. But once I do that, am I okay to start opening it up for connections?
Send it to me and I'll
Then start
put a
practicing
note
my
in the Facebook
posters.
group and say, am I ready for prime time? And I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay.
How's that? Is that good?
Perfect.
Everybody can do that.
Wanda,
Upload it.
Wanda, I have 3 words. My head is spinning. That's all I can say.
I've heard that before. Ask my husband. He'll tell you that happens all the time.
I
All
have
right.
one word.
Rhonda? Yeah.
Spinning.
Spinning. Okay. Here's a word I want to hear. Action. You've inspired me to get into action. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear. That's what Ray wants to hear. That's what Chuck wants to hear. Okay.
Yep.
Because guess
Learn more about AI than I ever have.
Okay. Here's the deal. Okay. This is what you want to make, right? Lots of it. Follow my system and you will make this. I promise you. Okay. Money goes where energy flows. That's the deal.
Right.
All right. So I'm
Wow.
going to leave you with my favorite line. All right. If you don't want to be overlooked, how does it go? Okay. If you want to
Yeah.
not be overlooked and be fully booked, then use LinkedIn, because if you're not LinkedIn, you're left out. Okay. You have 2 weeks. All right. Find an
Yeah.
accountability partner. I hope every one of you have at least 3 recommendations that are current on your profile, that you've given at least 3. And the reason that you're going to request 10 is because only 5 people will do it.
Yeah.
Okay. All
All right.
right. And guess what? You can get recommendations from each other. That's okay. There's no rule against it. Go teach somebody in the group something that they might not know and get a recommendation. All right. I'll be on a beach next week. Hasta luego. Hasta next week. And
Have
you'll
fun.
get the
Have a
portal.
good vacation.
And
I
of
will. And
course,
I'm
if
going to
I
be
aren't,
watching.
I'm
And you know,
jealous.
while I'm sitting on the beach, I'm going to be checking your profiles and watching you, right? You know
I hope
that.
not.
All right. This will be in the portal. Thank you all for coming. Sorry we went a little
Thank
long.
you.
And no,
All right.
don't
Thank
show
you.
up next. Don't
Thank
show
you,
up
Rhonda.
next week.
Thank
Don't
you.
show up next week because I will not be here. All right. Find an accountability
Thanks,
partner
Bob.
and do the work.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
Thanks.
guys.
All right.